Hi, my name is Christina Berry, and I'm an agency development manager on the Google agency team based in Mountain View headquarters. Today, I have the pleasure of welcoming back Lou Brannon, Senior Paid Media Manager at CPC Strategy, one of our valued agency partners based in San Diego. Thank you so much for joining us today to learn more about how CPC Strategy leverages their in-house technology platform for AdWords optimizations. CPC Strategy is a premier Google partner supporting retail clients such as Reebok, Reef, Dakine, and Victa Watches, and many more. In 2015, CPC Strategy launched their in-house technology platform called Capex to assist to analyze product data and optimize performance. So Lou, tell us a little bit more about yourself and why this is top of mind for your team.
Yeah, well, thank you, Christina, for having me back here in Mountain View at the Googleplex. It's great to be back in the studio with you. And yeah, to give you a little bit of background on myself, my name is Lou Brannon, a Senior Paid Media Manager at CPC Strategy. Our agency is based in San Diego, and we focus primarily on retail e-commerce. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about the ever-evolving, ever-changing industry that we're in, which is online advertising. And we want to talk about utilizing technology to enhance, not replace, but to enhance and help you optimize your AdWords performance. So we're going to go into the Capex platform that we developed back in 2015 and talk a little about how we utilize that platform to enhance our campaigns.
Great, I'm excited to hear more about it. So after working with CPC Strategy the past year, we know that you pride yourself on a technology-enabled agency. So tell us a bit more about why Capex has been a great investment for your team.
Yeah, we developed Capex because we realized that in a competitive and growing environment, especially Google Shopping, which we've seen big growth in that area, and as I mentioned, a lot of our clients are retail e-commerce brands and resellers. And in that environment, we really needed to develop a specific specialized tool that allows us to optimize around product performance and product data. There's obviously a lot of things already built into AdWords that you can do and automate, and there's a lot of tools that plug into AdWords that allow you to automate. But a lot of it is focused on the text ad side. And being that a large percentage of our spend and our investment is through Google Shopping, so we really wanted to develop a platform that focuses on that particular channel. Like I mentioned, there are a lot of tools that focus more around text ad management, but ours really wants to grab data from the Merchant Center and bring it into AdWords and allow those two systems to work together, as well as the reporting that we get as kind of a three-part system: Merchant Center, AdWords, and then our Capex reporting and analysis. And so it has some features for text ad management. It has some things around keyword search query cohort analysis that we can utilize and leverage for text ads, but primarily it's a Google Shopping focused product management and product data tool.
So CPC Strategy works with tons of retailers and brands that will have thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of products that you're working with on a daily basis. That can be very tough to manage on search and shopping campaigns. So what are some examples of the bidding strategies that you utilize within Capex?
Yeah, so a really good one and a key one to talk about, specifically if we're talking about brands versus, or brands that are going for brand versus non-brand kind of segmentation, as we talked about ISO earlier. Impression share tracking is something that's really key. And a lot of brands or a lot of advertisers are not able to track accurately impression share within Google Shopping. So our Capex tool actually allows you to pull back that impression share data and bake that into your bidding strategy. So you can look at products, for example, that might have low impression share. They're in your branded campaign, they're doing well, but there's room to get more visibility on those. So that would be an example of one of our rules where we would say, if impression share is low on X product, but performance is good, then let's raise the bid on that product until it reaches a certain threshold. Another example, or a couple of other examples of basic rules that we would use, would be what we would call pulling back on bleeders or high cost products that are not performing well. We want to make sure that we reduce bids continuously on those until we get them down into a more profitable level. And conversely, pushing up on low visibility products. So there might be products in your catalog that are not getting a lot of visibility. They have really low impression share, but they have pretty solid performance. So in that case, we really want to focus on incrementally raising the bids on those products. So those are a couple examples of rules that we would run within Capex that are pretty standard and that work really well.
Speaking of your team strategy, last time we hosted you in the Google studio, we talked a bit more about your team's ISO strategy, really looking at top performing keywords and using negative keywords and advanced settings and shopping campaigns to optimize for performance. How does CapEx or your technology play a role in this piece of the puzzle?
Yeah, so Capex and the ISO strategy really go hand in hand really well together. You can utilize Capex without having an ISO strategy. It works on any kind of Google Shopping structure, but it really plays well with ISO because, like we mentioned in a previous video, the ISO strategy, to briefly give an explanation of it, is a way to target certain search queries rather than certain products, and it allows you to segment your campaigns based on the nature of the query. So you can break out brand versus non-brand campaigns, or you can break out top performing searches versus lower performing searches. And so once you have that structure in place, the Capex platform allows us to set up rules that are based on those different considerations. So as I mentioned earlier, if we're trying to set up rules to aggressively raise bids on top performers or lower bids on poor performers, for example, if we have an ISO structure set up where we have perhaps a brand campaign, maybe we're a little bit more loose on our rules for that because we're more willing to bid aggressively. Whereas on the non-brand stuff, maybe our CapEx rules are a little bit more conservative. So that's a good example of how the ISO and the CapEx play well together because it just allows us to set up specific bidding logic based on the type of campaign.
It's great to hear that your team is able to leverage your in-house platform and utilize it on a day-to-day basis to optimize campaign performance for your clients. Google definitely believes in the future of automation and leveraging technology to optimize your AdWords campaigns and really take your approach a step further, which it sounds like CPC Strategy is already on the right track to do so. Looking forward to hearing what's in the future for CapEx down the road.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys want any more information about Capex specifically, then check out our blog at cpcstrategy.com. Also, check out our YouTube channel and look for any other videos that are in the AdWords for Retail Brands series. And if you want to hit us up directly, feel free to reach out to us at contact@cpcstrategy.com, and we'd love to give you more information about our Capex platform.
Thank you so much for joining us in the Google studio today, Lou.
Thank you.
And thank you for tuning in.